immune system, like our life, started as a naive, exposed to the experience, get more mature, put something in the memory. حياتك انت كده صح؟ Then at the end of the day, you have to die. Okay? Apoptosis. So just think that way. And the way we go and navigate through this, make the immune system is the most important system in our body, at least for me. I like it, I understand a lot of this. دائما تذكروا وفي أنفسكم أفلا تبصرون. Okay? Let's just, because everybody was being taught. حسام ما بقى لي ولا شيء. الله يجزاك خير حسام. My talk is going to be repeat, but I want to make it together. Okay. So tell me, so that soldier seeing that foreigners by his eye in terms of self, his receptors, okay? How he could convey this message to those people? In terms of signals, he has to talk to them, okay? اللغة بين الخلايا إيش هي؟ Cytokines, okay? So he has to send cytokines. But he has to process it first. So the receptors, he has to process down. This guy should have a brain, otherwise he will be a big mess. So the receptors has to signal down. And the signaling down goes to something we know it, called nucleus. So the nucleus, in between there is pathway. اسمعوا الرهيولوجيست في سر لا يضركم الاميونولوجي. They offer you with a lot of information, but if you understand things it's not that difficult. So you have to set up what you need to know. Okay, there is a lot of pathways and complex pathways, but you have to understand receptors picking up things, translated to signals down in order to make proteins. Protein that is cytokines. Like us. كيف نتكلم? Unless we understand, unless we get input, then we talk. Okay? And we talk to each other. You evaluate me, I evaluate you. You need me, I need you. So innate and adaptive immune system, they need each other's. Okay? So this is probably just again and again what is innate immune system. But innate immune system, something we need. And adaptive immune system, by the way, they can't be worked without innate system. Innate immune system, what are you going to choose? Huh? Macrophage, because of? Huh? It's masters? I think we need every cell, but what innate immune system we said we need to convey message to? Dendritic cells, yes. Macrophage, yes, because it play both. We call professional cells. Like dendritic cell, like macrophages, like B cells actually, it can present antigens and monocytes to some extent. But again, I like dendritic cells. أنا أسميها الجهاز الإعلامي. It gets the message. It has to process it in a way people talk about it. Has to home. Has to go to skin. Has to go to mucosa. Has to bring الأخبار. Otherwise, we'll be in trouble. Okay? Clear. This slide, it's all about immunology. Sorry to say this, but it's one of the most important slides. And by the end of the day, we talk about it. We need something to trigger our immune system. We need a receptor to detect it. We need kind of presentation, MHC class 1 and 2. We need, أنا أسمي التي cells هي طالبة في كلية الطب. The T cells the most responsive. I like T cells more. أنا أعتبرها راحت. She born naive وراحت إلى كلية الطب. أنا أسمي الثايمس كلية الطب. تعلمت أحسن تعليم. عرفت. She got a lot of assembly of receptors. عرفت التوليرانس. عرفت الخير والشر. She will be the master of immune system. Okay? So through all the type of infections, T cell will direct you to Th1, Th2, Th3. So we'll talk about this in brief. Okay. So as we said, our immune system has a brain, but the level of the brain innate versus adaptive is different. So the pattern recognition receptors responsible for recognition of highly conserved structures. You don't have to just go structures. Structure could be proteins, could be ligands, could be, in case of you guys, could be DNA materials, danger signs, triggers. So bacteria, virus has too many different. For example, toll-like receptors, node-like receptors, another one. This scheme, just to tell you, toll-like receptors has too many pathways. I'm not going to go for this details because you will see it in the video. You also exposed to it yesterday. But again, these receptors either in cytoplasm or in the cell surface, it signals down to make proteins through transcriptions process. I hope we are in the mood. Did we lose the track? Okay. I put this chart, this just to tell you our innate immune system, it controls adaptive through some of these cytokines. Not only to let them work, to make the environment for them. Okay? احنا اتكلمنا انه immune system should talk to each other by cytokines. Should home the site of infection by what? What is the mechanism that has the receptors? But هي تمشي تسبح في البلاد ولا في something make her to not to goes. اوكي ايش هو هذا اسمه؟ adhesion molecule. اذا عرفتوا السيلز كيف تتكلم وكيف تتحرك اوكي وكيف تحصل لها transcriptions downward, that's all about immunology. البقيه كله اسماء. Sorry for those immunologists who don't agree with me. Okay, so it's all about understanding, and the rest of it, it's the more you are keen about knowing those details. This is something you like. The concept here, if you understand the roadmap, okay, from the beginning, from the detecting the receptors, down to the synthesis of proteins, بكل مكان, انتوا يا rheumatologists would like to stop this. Okay? Either co-stimulations, you'd like to just stop it, either some signalers, you'd like to stop it, either transcriptions factor, you'd like to stop it. So in that way, rheumatologists should really know what is the mechanism of their drugs. Okay? So I brought this slide because I like the turf. So في الادابتيف I like T cells. في needed, and T cells that get those cytokines also get it back to the macrophages. It's a kind of discussions, dialogue. So think about complex system rather than linear system. Okay? Then number 5, dendritic cells matures and stop phagocytic activity. And again, this is repeat. Formative class 2 molecules and co-stimulatory express at the dendritic cells. And number 7, interact with activated cells of adaptive immune system. Okay. This is again الحوار ما بينهم. You need a lot of receptors. Some of them are co-stimulatory receptors, some of them are original receptors, some of them are chemokine receptors, some of them are adhesion molecule receptors. In order to survive, we need all this to talk to each other, to interact to each other. You get this slide? So one could be original, the other co-stimulated. With self-tolerance, so those co-stimulations should be RASed. When we need them, we should just ask them to show up. Again. So in that slides, I brought one of your lovely treatment, abatacept. So Hussam talked about CTLA4, and CTLA4, it's inhibitory factors that inhibit T cell activations. So we need, and medications can do this. You got it? Okay. You will hear a lot of things repeat. So that's being called in education a spiral. So this is another repeat slides from Dr. Hussam. So again, your immune cells, in order to move through the pipes, it doesn't move just like this. It moves the signals, it moves through a purpose and through a unique tools. You got it? So name it. I hate to remember a lot of names, but selectins, integrins, and you will have a lot of names. We probably, as immunologists, we should know them all. I doubt it for me, but for you guys, remember just small, simple schemes. Cells has to roll over, has to stop, and has to go outside from the blood vessels to the tissues. As simple as this, okay? So, but in order to do all the simple procedures, it needs a lot of stimulations, cytokines, chemokines, adhesion molecules, and adhesion molecules, subhanallah, في mucosal system different from the endothelial system. So they have different. Okay. T cells, although it's but they have to. We have some primary healthcare scans. T cells has to home there. I need you there. Okay. الواحد من لما تسألني دكتور ولدي على طول عنده lymph node. I said, because your child has a many problem at the border. Somebody has to stay there. T cells, B cells. Okay. In terms of skins, in terms of intestine, T cell has to stay there sometimes. If you are problematic, I need to stay there. You have recurrent infections, so Allah will create some of the like CCR7 or CCR5 stay in that side infection, either lymph node or skins, so your T cell is going to be there. Why? We need quick actions. I didn't have to migrate all the way to the lymph nodes, so there is a quick ضابط عندك أو طبيب عندك can help you immediately. This is the concept, okay? If you need to memorize all this, welcome. But I think at the end of the day, knowing some of the adhesion molecule, it represents the inflammatory status, you can study that. صح؟ إذا عرفت مثلا E selectins يتبع في حالة الأسيدي whatever, you can study that, you can suppress that, okay? So And this is the science all about. But I'm here to make things easy and to link things together. Okay. For example, are you guys familiar with those medicines? So? Okay. So I brought it just for an example. حسام وين؟ مشي. كان اللي درسنا يعني immunology genuine هو rheumatologist و immunologist at the same time. فإحنا immunologist, yes, we know some biologic, but we don't use them like you guys. So he brought this question for me, and I just borrowed the answer now, after 2 years. So again, شوف how smart is the scientist. If you see the first one, natizumab, it's a humanized monoclonal antibody against the cell adhesions, molecular A4. Okay? And a homework for you. This medicines was taken from the market for a while. Why? Then they substituted with another treatment that's more specific. Okay? This is a homework for you. I don't have to spend much time of it, but there is a specific. They say there is 2 subunits in that adhesion molecules. If we stop one, better than stop 2. Okay? Okay. JAK-STAT. Do you remember? Do you know what's JAK-STAT? What is it? I hate to just go through slides and you don't know what it is. Huh? JAK-STAT. Another signaling pathways. STATs is a different set of transcription factors, need specific phosphorylations in order to transcript to the nucleus with a specific process and specific actions. But you guys, you have a lot of medicine for that. Okay. But imagine you are stopping the pathway from scratch, like from the beginning, JAK and stuff. So again, when you prescribe medicines, you should know how it works, and sometimes it will anticipate what is the side effect. Okay? Again, it's a balance. Allah Azza wa Jal خلق لنا regulatory mechanism والactivation mechanism, and we play around that. Okay? So this is just to tell you some of those. We call it like IL-10, TGF-beta, because it suppresses the activity of some unwanted activations, and that also can be counteracted by Th17 cytokines. At the end of the journey, we need a memory. You need to reflect on anything that's happened in your life. ما في حاجة بروسس تنعمل لك تنساها. اللي ينسى لا يزال المؤمن ينتقم مرة ثانية. This is the same concept. If you get infections, probably you should know them later on. Okay? So this is the concept of memory. The T cells can produce memory cells easily because of need urgent weapon. Okay, when they need it, with antibody, plasma cell antibody. The T cells, again, ثقيلة شوية, smarts, and in order to be memory, has to be like effector cells in somehow. Its long-lived cells has similar effector receptors, rapidly became effector upon stimulations. Okay? This is just to tell you how the memory cells different from centrals, from memory, from effectors. It's a game. Some receptors stay there, some cholesterol differentiations remove it from there, some of the chemokines stay in the T cells, make it stays in the lymphocytes. When it's removed, it grades. It's all about the concept, but maybe at certain point we have to know the exact molecules. Okay, I came to the end. I'm going to show you a video. So better than tell you about the summary, I'll show the video. No voice. We need help here. في الصوت في صوت.
طيب السماعة هذه تشتغل هنا؟ هنا تشتغل السماعة. عندك هنا ما في صوت.
ما في صوت.
هنا كذا كذا.
طيب.
هذا تبعك؟
لا تبعك.
طيب دقيقة.
It's okay. الصوت ما هو أصلا.
لا دقيقة.
الصوت شوية يعني قاعد.
اوكي طيب.
خلاص. Okay, we'll run it without في الباك جراوند كذا stimulatory sounds, but okay. Enjoy seeing this video. It summarizes all what we have done. So this is the pathogen probably invading the tissues. Okay. So what is this cell? Okay. What's those guys? They're like receptors. Okay. So there's a danger. Okay. So this is a pattern recognition. Oh. So it's again, we need them MYD 88 and IRAC4. This is a major pathway in the innate. ITPS. Okay. Okay. Goes hello. Go down. Okay. NF-kappa B مع الاي كي بي في inactive form. يجي صاحب الاي كي اس ويحاول يشيل NF-kappa B من inactive form. I don't know why they make it as this guy. Phosphorylations. It's not phosphorylations. It's all about making this active form. Rather than nucleus. Okay. So nucleus will do proteins, transcriptions, processes. Who's this guy? Where is he migrating? CD80. This is another co-stimulatory factors, receptors. Okay. So this guy will invade cytoplasm, so it has to be chipped down to small peptides. Okay. And you know from Dr. Ali yesterday, has to be loaded on MHC class 2. Okay. This is just a simple video. It's a lot of complex process that's being taught already. Again, has to be presented on the cell surface. منتظرة مين؟ Okay. مين منتظرة؟ Okay. Let's migrate to lymph nodes, or if there's homing T cells around. Okay, see, this is on that level. A lot of CD28 to CD80, T cell receptors with NC class 2. And this is the cytokines that are used for dendritic cells. So again, this is in terms of Th1 probably. Okay. So this is the naive T cells. This just to explain, it cannot be like all in one. Either Th1 or Th2 or Th17s. And again, Th17, those are the cytokines milieu that make this process happen to Th1, which is IL-2. And again, it will work on Th2 on cellular immunity, humoral immunity, and inflammatory response. Okay? This is as simple, but again, we need to know some of them in details. Okay? In summary, so T-like receptor activate dendritic cells, lead to polarized T cell response in order to get Th1, Th2, Th3. And I'd like to really thank those actors. Okay, can you just clap hand for them? Okay. Still I have time? Okay. Okay, good. Huh? 10 minutes? Okay. This is my job today. For the next lectures is a failure of immune response. I prepare short lecture because I think Dr. Faihan will talk about immune disorders that excite you more, guys, because my talk here is going to be more for immunology and immune deficiency. But again, we share a lot of disease together. And my mission here, you guys, if with some like features of immune deficiency slash autoimmunity, just bring it back to us and we will share help. Okay? How to close this? No, I don't need the anymore. Okay. إذا تفتح جينوي أول صفحتين حيتكلم عن how some pathogen escape immune system. Although our immune system are smart and meticulous, but those organisms need to survive. صح ولا لا? They need to escape the surveillance of the immune system in somehow. In case, I'll give you some example. You guys aware about those encapsulated organisms? They make up not the proteins, polysaccharides, and it become like more serotypes. So you're infected with a strep pneumoniae once with a certain serotype. So you're probably subjected to different infections with the same but not serotypes. That's why in some of our lab we do all, not all, like pneumococcal vaccine, عارفينه؟ كذا serotype. أول شيء 7 بعدين 13. Okay, we need to add more and more. But when we test some of our kids with like some humoral immune deficiency, we test them like at least in my centers we test them up to 25 serotypes. Okay, so this is one way of bacteria try to escape the immune surveillance. Okay, هذه المصيبة هنا. When the flu vaccine, for example, so flu influenza viruses جاتنا السنة هذه، السنة الجاية نبغى vaccine. Why? changes. What they say في الرينج, but sometimes the changes هذا يكون major, not minor. So in case of drift, the changes is minor. Homoagglutinin receptors, and some epidemics can have cities. But what about if virus gets some genetic material from virus from different species and change the entire genomes? So we don't know this, and will make a pandemics, and people can die in thousands, hundreds. Okay? This is Dr. Ali talk about how some virus can escape the process of immune recognition. either لو تذكروا على ميتشي كلاس 2 ما يتحمل على الكارير تاب or البروتياسز. We need to digest the pathogen first and make it in the cytosol and digest it. Some of them they have ability to not destroy, and for example some of them تتخذ من السيتوبلازم حق الخلية نفسه حماية. Okay, sometimes in case of TB. Okay, well, also people talk about super antigen. Do you know what super antigen? Okay, what's super antigen? Anyone know super antigen? Okay, we have a very invasive staph infections. The related process is it doesn't represent it just by one immunity class. It's actually can bypass this process and attack the T cell receptors directly and make huge. Subhanallah, ليش احنا نحتاج الميتي كلاس ريسبتور واحد ونحتاج الإيبيتوب واحد؟ تصور انه الانفيجنز يحصل بكمية كبيرة. We die. الدايجستشنز هذه والريكوجنيشنز it's a very ridiculous high-tech process. صاحبنا السوبر انتيجين يجي يخلص في التي سيل ريسبتور على طول activated thousands and probably millions of T cells ويدخل الواحد في شوك ويموت. Okay, this is my favorite but probably not yours. Again, immune deficiency آخر تقرير من study في التخصصي we are almost 20% more than the United States. So it's not that rare. So you might. I'll just go quickly. So in order to understand immune deficiency, cellular, humoral, and phagocytic. Humoral is all about antibody. So the problem with the cyanopulmonary infections. The way you understand it, you need an antibody is sitting there to protect yourself from problem. Cellulars mean T cell or P cells. And probably intracellular organism is the problem. Phagocytic, when we heard about phagocytics, means probably neutrophils, abscesses, staph, and others. This is, so usually humoral presented at 6 months of age. Why? Okay? Simply because mom transfer IgG to her. But again, this is not the scenario in some disease, but this is the classical way. Cellulars can be presented before that, and phagocytic actually in your domains. If you see a granulomas or something like that, think about phagocytic functions. We'll talk about briefly CGD and some of autoimmunity. I will skip this a lot. You know this, guys? Bubble boy? You know him? Okay, this child lived until age of 12. Can skip. ما كان في transplant. But he got transplanted, he passed away. بس أهل خلوه bubbles. Why? Because he gonna die. He eventually dead. But again, with no T cells, you cannot be survived. السكيد in general, نقسمه T cells, P cells, NK cells. Some of them T cell negative. Of course, they have to be. But either P cell positive or negative, NK cell positive or negative. Usually the classical presentations, failure to thrive, mouth thrush, chronic diarrhea, and X-ray here probably showing no thymus. Thymus, it's a place where T cells matures T cells at thymus as the organ need T cells. Okay, مو بس T cell need the thymus. This is leaky skid. We call it leaky skid because there is some T cells, but unfortunately autoreactive. Okay, like GVHD pictures, but again it's from the from other end. We have another disease called Westcott-Aldrich. If you see a child with eczema and have low platelet, please send it to us because it might be an Westcott-Aldrich syndrome with the recurrent infections. Please, 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 guys, as a pediatricians or as whatever, if you see a child without no tonsils, either he was taken by our friends from ENT or he has no lymphoid tissues because of XLA. XLA, why؟ ليش لما ما يكون عندك B cells ما عندك lymphoid? Okay? Can we take it to homework? Okay? So, you need a lifelong IVIG because B cells produce antibody and there is no antibody, you need to be replaced. Okay? Something called hyper IgM because basically B cells لوحدها تقدر تطلع IgM. Need T cells to interact عشان نسوي حاجة اسمها class switch. Dr. Hussam will talk about it. So if that process is not there by so many problems, either CD40 ligands, and other like factors not there, so you will end with something called hyper IgM. IgM either normal or high. Like in others, there's no class switch. It's not a class switch. You will get it through the lectures probably. CGD. I'm sure you will, at your career, you will encounter a patient with CGD. The problem with oxidative burst of neutrophils and cause a lot of abscesses, granulomas. So in general, if you cannot kill your organisms, other cell has to circulate around. This is all granuloma about. 1 minute, okay, I'm about to finish. So CGD carry a lot of autoimmunity, and this is last subject I'm going to talk about, but I don't know anyone will talk about HLH. You guys, you have a lot of problem through this, but again, as simple, if you cannot control your SLE or rheumatoid arthritis, circulating danger signs going on, macrophage acid, cytokines يضرب, يصير في cytokine storms, والمشكلة cytokine storms will not stop in your sites, will make macrophages digest your blood cells even in the bone marrow. Okay, this is as simple as this. This is the criteria. Okay, اللي قابله عندكم ايش؟ Macrophage activation syndrome. Okay, it's very close to each other, but in our domain we have a familial disease. Familial disease cannot control the infections, so loss of tolerance, immune system is working and sometimes go crazy. Okay? Thank you very much.